That sounds like somebody making something. Oh, it's probably my mom and her pies. Oh, well, excuse the noise in the background, everybody, because my mother decided to start making her pies for Thanksgiving at the time of this recording. But what's up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'll give you guys actually a look at my DragonMaid deck profile. So here's the thing about DragonMaids. I didn't get enough time to actually take another look back at the DragonMaids except for the archetype video. And ironically enough, Magic Mystic Fighters snuck up on me. So at the time of recording, Mystic Fighters should be out. And if you're actually looking to build up on Dragon Maids, I would say go for it. It's not a bad deck at all. It's actually a really decent variation of dragons. And if you want to accelerate to a more competitive level, I'm sure there are a lot of people on YouTube who have some builds up already for this. Mine's is going to be very generic in the terms of it's going to just be very standard. I don't know how much of a degree the standard could be, but yeah, it's pretty much a startup build, if you will. And if you want to see more builds or more variations of it, don't worry. I'll just give me some time and I'll be working out. But for the most part, this is my current Dragon Maid build, and I didn't want to leave this archetype out. So without further ado, guys, let's get started. So for my monster lineup, I'm running 2 copies each of Dragon Maid, of the Kitchen Dragon Maid, the Parlor Dragon Maid, the Laundry Dragon Maid, and the Nurse Dragon Maid. Then, of course, for the big ones, just in case I can't pronounce their names correctly, we do have your 2 copies of Dragon Maid Lopar. We have 2 copies of Dragon Maid Nalderly. We have 2 copies of Dragon Maid Ernest. And we have 3 copies of Dragon Maid Tankic. Then, of course, for the rest of the monsters, I'm running 1 copy of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, 1 copy of Tempest, the Dragon Ruler of Storms, 3 copies of Dragon Ruler of Drafts Lightning, and we have 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. For my spell cards, I'm rocking 3 copies of Dragon Maid Crossover, 2 copies of Dragon Maid Hospitality. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 3 copies of Dragon Maid Hospitality, 2 copies of Dragon Maid Send Off, 2 copies of Dragon Maid Welcome, and 3 copies of Call by the Grave. Then the only other card in the deck to not be noted is the Dragon Maid Downtime. Next up is the extra deck, and I'm running 3 copies of House Dragon Maid, 1 copy of Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, 1 copy of Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, 1 copy of Harmonizing Gradelia, 1 copy of number 11 Big Eye, 1 copy of Barrel Sword Dragon, 1 copy of Series Skull Dread, 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, Phoenix, and Cerberus, 1 copy of Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spears, and both of the guard dragons, Pesty and Epity, or LT, or I think it's LP. I think it's LP. Okay, so for the most part, with the Dragon Maids, you're going to be focusing on pretty much trying to fill them into your graveyard or put them into your hand. Then you're going to explode with a lot of their combination effects. For the most part, the little ones have the ability to, at the start of the battle phase, you can return them from the hand to special summon. Return them from the field to hand to special summon a Dragon Maid monster either from your hand or graveyard, who corresponds with a particular level. If you're playing with Dragon Maid, with the Kitchen Dragon Maid and the Polar Dragon Maid, you're getting monsters who are level 8. If you're using Dragon Maid Laundry and Dragon Maid Nurse, they're getting the level 7s. Dragon Maid Kitchen, when she's normal summoned, you can add a Dragon Maid monster from your deck to your hand, except for a copy of herself, and then you can discard a Dragon Maid monster from your hand to the graveyard. So that can fill up the graveyard for particular monsters, and it can also fill up your hand for particular monsters. Then we have Dragon Maid Parlor. Her ability is that when she's normal so summoned, you can send a Dragon Maid card from your deck to your graveyard, and there's a lot of corresponding cards, not just the monsters, but the spells and trap that can work with the Dragon Maid Parlor card as well. Next up is Dragon Maid Laundry. She pretty much has the ability to send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. If you did want to try to splash it around, you can try to fit in a couple of tuners. You can use some of, what are some particular good cards that you can say? Light Swarm has a couple of good cards. You can splash in Felice, the Light Swarm Archer. You can fit in Raiden in them, fit in Lumina, to help speed up that process to get some of those monsters. I mean, if you want to get a little ballsy, you can put in some darks, get Plague Spreader and them going, Glow Up Bulb, Spore, maybe put in a little Plant Engine to help survive, because you really Oh yeah, the plant engine plus the Predaplant Green Anaconda, the Link monster. You can use some fusion setup as well. And also could help with somebody who wants to play the Bruggen fusion setup. We have DragonMaid Nursery. She has the ability to special summon a level 4 or lower DragonMaid monster in your graveyard to the field. So you pretty much have those correspondings. Then you have their bigger monsters. So we have DragonMaid Urus. Her ability is that you can discard her from your hand, so summon a level 4 Lord Dragon Maid from your hand. Then you have Dragon Maid Nordurler, which I think is a play on the word laundry, and I think the letters are mixed up. But for the most part, this monster's effect is when you discard it, you can target a monster in either grave and special summon it. You have Loper, oh, no, I'm sorry, not no. You shuffle it back into the deck, not special summon it. You have Lopar, and that monster's ability is pretty much effect veiler. Discard it, target a monster on the field, negate its effects, and I believe it can attack. I know neither player can activate cards with the same effect on the field as well. So this is an effect veiler and a widespread negate. And then we have Turkit, which has the ability to give 2,000 attack to any Dragon monster on your side of the field by discarding it from your hand. So it's pretty much the honest. Tempest and Lightning are joining into this only due to the fact that they're both dragon. There's some easy summons off of that and some easy fill up in the grave. Most of the Dragon Maid monsters don't really have much to correspond outside of, the whole normal to special summon type of ratio. So if you wanted a quick, easy level 7 onto the board, Tempest is a good target. And then when all out fails, you have Red Ice Darkness Metal Dragon, and we know the history of this monster, of that being, the easy summons of other dragons, having this monster be placed onto the board, and of course the combination plays it has with the guard dragon setup if you wanted to play some more of the guard dragons into the main deck. The last monster, of course, is the Ash Blossom Joyous Rings, and this lovely lady is here just to be a hand trap at an additional setup to defend against a lot of additional things. Especially when your opponent wants to add cards from their deck to their hand, special summon monsters from the deck, or send cards to the grave. Then we have, of course, the spell cards. They have their fusion spell, which actually just works for any dragon fusion monster. So if you want to splash in some other dragon fusions, go for it. This card could be very helpful in that same case. And if this card's in your graveyard, you can target a dragon maid you control. Return this card to your hand, and if you do, return the monster that you have also to the hand. I do like the artwork because it has House Dragon Maid on it, and she's spreading her beautiful wings. Then we have Dragon Maid Hospitality, just allows you to special summon a Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard to your field, and then you can send a monster whose level is different with the same Dragon Maid monster who has the same attribute as that monster, but with a different level. This pretty much helps you put someone onto the board and then send one of their corresponding monsters to the graveyard to get that flow going. Essentially just to set up the graveyard for the end of the battle phase or the beginning of the battle phase. Then we have Dragon Maid Send Off. So Send Off's effect is that you can send a Dragon Maid if you control a Dragon Maid monster and such summon a Dragon Maid monster with a different name from your hand to the field, return the target to your hand, and then the one that you special summon cannot be destroyed by a card effect until the end of the next turn. So you get a little defense there. You get a free monster summon, and you can actually recover a monster on the field to make sure that it's not getting destroyed or getting taken out either. Next up is Dragon Maid Welcome. So this is a card that one of the few cards you can send to the graveyard and then get a beneficial effect outside of the fusion spell. So when it's sent to the graveyard, your opponent cannot target Dragon Maid monsters you control with card effects until the end of the turn. Its other ability is that all monsters you control will gain 100 attack and defense for each Dragon Maid monster you control. If you control 2 or more Dragon Maid monsters, you can target a Dragon monster in your graveyard, except a Dragon Maid card in your graveyard, except for Dragon Maid Welcome, and add that card to your hand, but you only use this effect once per turn. And luckily enough, it has all the other Dragon Maids transforming into their dragon variations. So you can pretty much get a look at which dragons correspond with which, if it wasn't obvious by the level and attributes. The only other card, of course, for the spells is Called by the Grave, and that's just to help deal with your opponent's hand traps or some nasty monster effects that they'll be trying to trigger off in the graveyard. Your Dragon Maid downtime has one of 2 effects: the return to the hand, and if you do return a spell card your opponent controls to the hand, and if these cards return to your hand, you can just was it? Oh, you can add one DragonMaid card from your deck to your hand except for DragonMaid downtime. For the most part, I think this is probably the easiest card to just X out the deck, unless you really wanted something to just correspond with searching. But I think the other cards are just a lot better because traps tend to not always be so useful unless they're either A, traps that have the ability to be destroyed and then you gain benefits from them, or they are chainable traps, and in which that the chainability of what you can do with that card can be beneficial to you but hurts your opponent. Then we go into the extra deck, of course, and we have the boss monster for the DragonMaids. We have the house DragonMaid. She needs one DragonMaid monster, one Dragon monster for her fusion summon. Once during either player's turn during the standby, you can target one other DragonMaid monster you control. So summon one DragonMaid monster from your hand or deck into defense position whose level is one higher or lower than the one you did. And if this card, yeah, and if you do, while another face of dragon monster you control is on the field, except during the damage step, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So she does a bit of destruction on her own. 3,000 body, level 9, I believe. Yeah, level 9. And pretty much the strongest of the DragonMaid monsters. Just corresponds a lot well with her archetype, but I feel like she can just do so much more. Maybe that, and that's the thing is, I think if we get a more particular, stronger monster, like if we see her dragon form and see what her dragon form can do, I think it would be a lot better. Like maybe it's more of so of a standalone monster, like Glot's on the field, it can be affected by the cards, and you can send it, return it to the hand to summon the DragonMaid monster from your graveyard, whose level is equal to or less than this monster's, but of a different attribute or of the same attribute. So it'd be nice to see what she would look like in her dragon form, or maybe her dragon form is a fusion monster as well. We never know. Felgran for the level 8 plays in the offensive defensive ability that it has. We have Granadella. But any monster attached to her, she will become the same attribute as it, and then monster effects that would affect her. That attribute won't affect her. So you can get a lot of stuff going for her. You can make her fire, water, and light, so she'll be unaffected by light monster effects, wind monster effects, light, fire monster effects. Like try to splash in some dark cards, maybe. Hopefully, I mean, there's probably some level 7 dark monsters you can splash in for some easy summons. You can give it to her as well. And you just take advantage of that. And then she can attach material to herself as well. So that helps out there. We have, of course, number 11, Big Eye, to take some monsters in from your opponent and use them as your own. We have Red Eye Flare Metal Dragon. This monster, while it has this material, can't be destroyed. No, yeah, it can't be destroyed by card effects. And then, of course, it has its own standing ability. But for the most part, you're generally using this just to swing at stuff. I mean, you can probably slash in Red Eyes, actually, thinking about it now. Red Eyes are blue eyes and give a lot of these monsters some great benefits from having additional dragon monsters. And both Red Eyes and Blue Eyes have some really good fusion support. So maybe some little splashings there. Of course, we have Beryl Sword and Suryuja coming in as the Link 4 monsters with a lot of prevalence. These are two out of the 5 most seen or most used of the rank 4s, that being Beryl Load Dragon. Um, I forget what the other one is. I know Beryl Sword, Teruja, and Beryl Load are pretty much the top contenders of the rank 4s. When it comes to a lot of their abilities, how they fare well in any deck, they can easily put force to the board, and just their overall presence and how helpful they can be in a lot of situations. I do run the Nightmare engine that consists of Cerberus to deal with monsters, Phoenix to deal with spells and traps, and then Unicorn just to bounce whatever it can. Of course, it would not be a Dragon S deck if we did not have the Heretic Seal, which has its ability to help you out with the extra deck and the extra deck setup. Because I am using the guard dragons as their own abilities help get dragons onto the board. And of course, we've seen the crazy madness that they have. If I added some more guard dragon S monsters to it, like the little chibi one, and then maybe some of the World Chalice guard dragons to the board as well, it would just be an amazing deck. or at least a little more stand on in addition to what it already has. But that is pretty much it for my Dragon Maid deck profile. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and any ideas or tips you would like to give for the Dragon Maid so I can improve this deck, because this is something that I also want to improve for you guys in case you guys wanted to play it yourself. So thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.